of relocation to a different country is not easy. For some, it's a smooth ride, while for some, it might be a disaster. My name is Patience CD, and this is Chit Chat on Viewer Television. And as you know, I don't do this alone. I have my co-host. Guy, introduce yourself.
The co-host is there.
So,
all right, guys, my name is Chinwe Nwokocha. You know what time it is? It is time for Chit Chat. Stay tuned.
Hello, guys.
and
It's me
the
again.
beautiful girl with the hair.
Yeah, the hair thing.
Hi, everyone. It's always a delight being here.
It's always amazing having you.
You don't want to know. She is fully part of us now. You don't want
Sure,
to know.
sure.
Maybe like our next episode, you see her on this set. Because
Right.
She is really not, she's not
forward to
part of
that.
the family.
I'm looking forward to that.
All right.
Definitely.
All right. It's so good to have you guys on the show, and we will do this more and more again. But for now, let's go on a break. When we come back, we have a story, as we always do, and we will give it to you back to back. So stay with us.
In this 21st century, where all the information we need is now in the palm of our hands. News from around the world, entertainment, celebrity gossip, sports, and much more. The only thing that you need is the right source. Viewer TV is now on the go. Simply check us out on our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter for all the information you need.
All right, welcome back from the break. If you're just joining us, this is Chit Chat on Viewer Television. Before we went on the break, we were talking about a beautiful story that is going to be is going to interest you viewers, and my girls are here to do justice to it. But before we go to it, let me read the story first, so that you really know where we're coming from. So, the story says, "Wife failed masters." They couldn't get graduate route visa because of that. They have to go back to Nigeria. The husband said wife is a dullard, and he should have married his intelligent ex-wife. His ex, not wife rather, his ex. So he now said the wife claims he impregnated her the moment they relocated, and she couldn't cope with the studies. Guys, there are three different steps in this story.
There are angles to it.
Yes.
Actually, honestly, I don't know. Should I go?
You can go first.
Okay. Is it that there wasn't a plan? Did they just carry their bags to go for
The
masters?
plan was built on the woman.
Oh right, she was
Yes,
the plan.
right.
She was the plan.
Oh, probably the husband was like the dependent.
Yes, he was the dependent.
And now you got her pregnant too, according to
a lot of
angles.
She's having a lot of things going on.
Right.
She's now pregnant.
Imagine the stress that
And
comes with studying.
And the motive
Pregnancy.
behind the relocation has been defeated, because
Yeah.
I can imagine a woman being pregnant.
Oh my goodness.
And the
Do you know,
masters.
honestly, the first trimester is not funny at all.
It isn't.
Yeah.
You know, everyone has it affects women differently.
Differently, sure.
However, I will say overall, you know, sometimes a lot of people are making plans to travel.
True.
Most of them don't get the full information about the entire process. Well, it's always, but this is a huge lesson that we all need to think about it all around.
Exactly.
You might decide to travel thinking someone has painted you a picture and you're carrying that picture. Upon getting there is a different ball game.
It is.
And you become, you know, like
Devastated.
because it wasn't what was planned. But in this situation, coming back to this situation, I think that it was a lot of pressure on that woman, depending on her to actually be there. Because obviously, I'm sure this has to do with, obviously, when they get there, having maybe a normal status to get into the society is totally dependent on the woman passing her master's
That's
degree.
what it seems.
And obviously, the challenges of being pregnant didn't allow her to fulfill that. But I think the outburst of the guy is a bit extreme.
It
if
is.
you ask me.
Talking about pressure. Do you think there was a pressure, even though they didn't state it? Because I feel there's an agreement between the two parties.
Obviously.
Well,
They are couple.
It doesn't
They are
seem-
couple. There's an agreement. So I don't feel there's a pressure.
No, they are a couple rather.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like there was much of an agreement regarding their reason for traveling. Right? Because you already know she's going there for her masters. But then, did you plan the pregnancy? Did you not?
Obviously not.
True.
Obviously not, right? That means that wasn't in the plan. So you got her pregnant. I mean, in as much as there are some women there are some strong women who could pull through,
Yes. Right.
who could do both at the same time.
Multitask.
But we do not know her situation.
know,
Pregnancy come in different ways, like you said.
So look at it this way, yeah? They never planned pregnancy. Relocation was the ultimate plan, right? And then they had made that trip. So the guy is complaining now. Was he ever disciplined enough to ensure that he doesn't get her in that state?
Exactly.
I know it's not part of the plan. So if he was intentional to support her to ensure she gets, they achieve their ultimate goal, which is her passing that exam, then he would have been, responsible enough.
Forget about the baby for now.
Yes.
Let's get this
yes,
done.
exactly. Because he would have taken, yes, it might not be in the get-go plan. However, now there's they have a mission. And to get there, this would be a distraction. How do we avoid it?
But then again, I want to ask this question. The woman knows that there are so many ways to prevent pregnancy, right? So that means she actually agreed to it.
Well, prevention of
big
pregnancy it shouldn't be a woman thing alone.
No,
but this is a two-way thing.
Exactly.
The man said, okay, we are relocating because of this. Let's go there. Then you are now making me. The woman is now pregnant. Then
it's not her fault though.
You know what? You know what happens. Wait, you know what happens before pregnancy, right?
okay.
So they both did what happened.
They consented to it.
They consented to it. So, but the thing now is, this guy, I want to ask, is he disabled? Although it wasn't stated, what part did he play in this whole
point.
thing?
Do you know,
What was his part?
Yes.
What did he do? I've seen instances where, I don't know the nature of their traveling though, but I've seen instances where husbands that come to support their wives get like a side hustle, get something doing.
True.
So what did he do? Was he just good in the other room?
right?
But then again, if he's dependent, it shows that he cannot do much.
Yeah, but
Right?
what was the
He
little?
cannot do much.
You know,
What was the
initially
little he
you
did?
asked the question saying, "What's the pressure?" Now look at the pressure.
Look at the pressure.
Okay.
The pressure is that this guy is counting on this
On the
lady.
wife. It's all on the woman.
He's counting on her, which anyone could do it. It could be him also.
All right.
However, the person who's not carrying this pressure needs to give adequate support to the person with the pressure.
I agree.
So the question is, how much of a support has this guy been?
Right. That's
Rather than comparing him with a smart ex, by the way, he's an ex for a reason.
That came off so wrong.
Honestly,
That came off so
I
wrong.
didn't think that was necessary
Right.
because the reason why she's an ex is because she's not, she's
You
not
didn't
qualified
deem
to be
her
a
fit,
wife.
to be the wife.
Are you trying to say that there must be something that he sees in this particular lady?
In the
But
wife.
that- the wife.
In the wife.
Yes.
That made him to not marry the one that is intelligent.
Darling, let's
In
think
quote.
about
In quote.
okay. Let's think about it this way. I don't think the criteria of getting a good wife means she's got to be smart. There are other things a woman's got to be a wife.
Right.
Okay.
Not because someone won't say, "Oh, I'm going to get a wife and I want a smart one," even if she's crap in the kitchen. Sorry, forgive my language, but do you understand what I mean? She's got to be a wife all round, and I believe this lady who's pregnant today is a wife all round, and that's why she sits there. But I think what the mistake the guy's making is he doesn't even realize that for that woman to be what she needs to be, for any wife to be what she needs to be, there should be an amazing man supporting her.
I agree with you.
But
For a woman to shine and be a star,
let's not blame the man.
No, I'm not.
The woman has her own, because I see no reason why you would decide to go and do masters and you go and fail.
I don't understand. The reasons are there
Yes,
on the
what
table.
are the reasons? Why would you
No, the
fail?
reasons are
Okay,
there already.
well,
She
well-
was about overboarding.
Yes.
Apparently.
Overboarding with what?
do not know.
Pregnancy?
No, are you kidding me?
Are you kidding?
Are you kidding me? No, you don't trivialize pregnancy.
Honestly, some women
You
who
don't.
find it difficult are gonna be, like they're gonna be itching their skin
Right,
hearing this.
you don't trivialize it.
Yes.
Some women don't have it easy.
While
While some
do have it
others do,
easy.
right?
So,
and then
But
coming
that
to
is
what
why
you
you need
said,
to prevent. You need to really work on the things that you need to achieve as a woman, because this this story, I'm
Patience.
actually seeing
These
that.
things happen.
I'm actually seeing that this man is actually imposing a lot on your head.
exactly,
and she's
these
doing
things,
it right.
These things happen.
well, maybe.
But what is now? You have to face the reality. The reality, right?
Okay.
It has happened.
Yeah.
That's why I will always talk about backup plan. What was your backup plan?
As a woman,
Because you've no as a couple. I'm not talking. No,
because
you can't say
I can't
that.
be your meal ticket.
You can't say as
Well-
a woman. I'm talking about as a couple. It has to flow both ways.
Of course.
That is the only way
Yes.
we wouldn't be having this discussion.
Yes.
And then for him to just come up and start
To compare
comparing her
with an ex.
the intelligent ex, that doesn't sit well
What
with me.
impetus?
Being
It
smart
doesn't-
and being intelligent is relative. Because you have someone who is book smart doesn't mean someone who is street smart is not smart.
Yes.
There are ways to it. For him
Yes.
to come immediately to compare both, it means if you ask me, he's still interested in the ex, and who knows? They probably
My
deserve
own
each
is
other.
that, is it that because the story is not really complete. Does that mean that the ex doesn't have money and she's smart, or this? Because there's something
Being
fishy.
smart is relative.
No.
Because there's something
See-
fishy for her to be able. Does that mean that the ex couldn't really go abroad, or this one was the one that? That's what I'm trying to say. Whether it's the meal ticket or
Let's
something.
look at it this way. This guy, I have a problem with this guy. Do you know why? So he's comparing. For him to even utter that statement means that his relationship with someone has to be tied to something.
Yes,
That's what it
And
means.
he naturally pressures this woman to become what he wants them to be.
So
be-
as a
to
woman,
someone- to
are
become
you
what
supposed to
he
be
himself is
allowed
not.
to be pressured as a woman?
Of course not. Well, you know when
Are you
it comes
supposed to be allowed to be pressured?
when it comes to marriage, you're expected to be one, isn't it?
I
It's a
get your
different ball
point.
game. It's a different ball game. You have to be support for one another, which is why I'm still saying
Okay.
this guy. I want to know what he's done
And will you
to
see?
salvage this situation. How
And
did
will
he
you?
support? How did
Apparently-
she's pregnant? What did you do to support her rather than comparing the situation?
It doesn't seem like
it's
he
not
did
fair.
much because
Honestly.
from the story they are back in Nigeria.
Of
Good
course.
for them.
So-
And to even make it worse, as if she got herself pregnant. Does that make sense? Did she get herself pregnant? Obviously, he was involved in the process. So for
didn't.
that reason, because he's involved, he should be kind enough
He's
with
inconsiderate.
adequate conscience to know that, okay, since this has happened, boy, I need to support this woman. How can I be at night with you to study? What can I do? Put your feet up. I'll cook. Don't do the cooking. I'll do this. I want to support you to ensure we do this. It has happened. Let's do all we can to ensure it happens. And
That's
look,
their reality.
Yes, and it's their reality. And then when it doesn't happen, they will accept it. And even so, he's now trying to make the girl feel bad.
bad.
So it's her responsibility, or it was her. She's the reason why they returned home. She's going to carry that baggage.
To me, I still feel in all these arrangements, this woman agreed to it because
Okay.
I see no reason. I can't be pregnant. I'm doing masters.
But she was just
I can't. You
she
can't
was
allow
just being
some
a
things.
good wife.
A good
material.
wife.
As a
Yes.
woman, no. The fact that you are trying to be a good woman does not mean that you should allow a lot of things to hinder you. Because
Now
this
I
is
have
her
a question
happiness.
for you. If you were to be in her shoe, what would you have done differently?
right.
If I should be in that woman's shoe, number one, why are we relocating? Why do you want to go abroad?
Because
What is a collective decision?
Exactly.
Both of you
The
wanted
thing
it.
is, if it's a collective decision, you should still be smart in whatever you are doing.
there should be a backup plan.
The backup plan is don't
For
be
both of
pregnant
them.
and read your books. Yes, that's the backup plan. Read your book and don't be pregnant for somebody that is trying to push you.
Well, she didn't get herself pregnant.
She didn't get herself.
She
pregnant.
agreed.
She's a good
She
wife.
agreed.
And obviously, part of her responsibility is to, in the other room,
Sure.
fulfill her
Sure.
responsibility as well.
She was just trying
To please her
prevent
man.
the man from, going outside, because this one who swiftly references an ex.
Yes.
You don't know what he
Honestly, honestly, if they mind to keep going back,
There's really a problem there. That's what I'm saying. You are taking, or you want to be with this person for life, right? And there you know that whether you like it or not, there must be something that you will see. But women will just blind our eyes because he wants to marry me, he wants to do that. Okay, why is he marrying you?
fine.
Is it for better or for worse?
You're right.
All right.
Okay, now that she has failed her masters, does that mean that is the end of it?
No, it shouldn't.
What
I
is
don't
your
think-
own plan?
yes, exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't think
you,
this guy is being reasonable enough.
No.
If you ask me, right? He's not. What you're trying to say is that the woman, she seemed like a good sheep. She was just following. Sheep.
Why
She
would
was
you
in a
follow?
relationship.
I mean, what do you expect her
No,
to
you
do?
shouldn't just keep following. You shouldn't just see. Hey,
These lashes today, eh?
what I'm trying to say is that as a woman, you should have your plans. If
Have
it's
your
not,
say.
nobody should
You
put
shouldn't
you
be
in
a
a pressure.
pressure, right?
Nobody should put you in a pressure. Don't allow.
Marriage or no marriage?
Now why?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be pressured.
No, on a second, imagine if this woman ever said to this man, "Oh, I should have married my ex. After all, he's got money and he's already living abroad."
Right. Because
Can
at the
you
end
process
of the
that?
day,
I would have loved that part.
Honestly,
because
love that
because
part.
at the end of
Honestly.
the day, one of their major reasons for traveling out is to better their life.
of course.
So
And-
it could come in different ways.
And there you go. Do you know the concerning thing? Do you know marriage is not is not easy.
It isn't.
And there's some things, so many things that you never plan, just keep coming up. It's not, you didn't plan it. Life throws it at you. The economy throws it at you, because even their plan of traveling abroad, if it was okay here, they would not be trying to run away.
Right.
That's the fact. However, these are the things, that conditions that life throw at you. And please, what is the essence of marriage if both of you are not going to come together and handle it right?
Exactly.
Knowing that it is nobody's fault.
Nobody's
I
fault.
think is apportioning blame. That's the concerning thing. Why should we apportion blame? Why should husband and wife, who has made a decision to travel abroad, now is going haywire, instead of being together to plan a way out of it, they're busy
Not making-
blaming each
yes.
other. How does it make it any
that
better?
is where I'm actually blaming the man.
Yes.
You can't
needs to be
make a
blamed.
woman to do everything that you want her to do, and you still come and compare her and blame her. That is my own problem. Even though she agreed, she allowed it to happen.
She's just a
But
good
it should-
person.
she's
She's
just
just
a good
trying
The
to.
fact that you're a good person, you should be good in whatever, in every way, in your being, in your thinking, in your activities, in your life,
Do you know, the thing is
everything.
that at some point, when it comes to husband and wife's relationship, sometimes there are pressures. It might be someone going through something or had cost. Some people get married and one day the husband wakes up and tell you, they duped me of everything we had.
You know what? You know what?
What happens then?
We are going to continue this discussion, but it's time for a break on Chit Chat. When we come back, you know what is next. So stay again with us.
Welcome back, guys. If you're just joining, this is Chit Chat exclusively on Viewer Television. Now, let's delve into our social media to see what they are saying. Now, the first person, Menedi, is saying that pregnancy is not an excuse. This is obviously a man, right? Because
Please,
if
let
a
me
woman,
see. Let me see something first.
this is obviously someone who doesn't even go through the pain of menstrual period. How much more
Honestly.
pregnancy? We know this kind of comments.
Yes.
So
You can't say that. You can see the stages of pregnancy, especially the first trimester, is very, very hectic.
Not funny.
It's very, very serious. This is where your hormones is everywhere. You're trying to do this, you're trying to put things together. So you can't come and tell me that, even though I've not been pregnant before, but I know and I've seen stories and I've seen people going through that. It's not an easy process.
it isn't.
It's
It
not.
isn't.
So you can't compare academic whatever process with some. Do you know what it means to have somebody growing in your
It's
stomach?
studious, actually.
Yes. Do you know,
I applaud women who
Oh,
go
yes,
through
yes.
this.
especially when you're doing it for the first time.
Right.
You do not know what to expect. You do not know how your body will handle it. For that reason, there are a whole lot of uncertainty surrounding it.
That's true.
You don't even know how to prepare.
At all.
You
That's
don't prepare for
At
it.
all, at
The
all.
only thing is, you don't want it, you prevent it. If they never wanted it, they prevent having, bringing situations that will result to pregnancy.
You're correct.
Because they have a task ahead. And I think, if you ask me, both of them were irresponsible.
They were
If you ask
exactly.
me, they were
That
totally irresponsible.
That takes me to the next comment from Tiana. He or she says both of them are dull, I must say.
And there you have the guys referring to the wife as
Do you
being a
know
dog.
why I would say yes? I will agree to him, because the woman accepted whatever that is happening to her, and the man, for him to stoop that low and start comparing her, it shows that even him is not that smart.
He isn't.
Yes.
Obviously.
Do you
So
know,
the two of them are struggling.
just imagine a situation like this. This could have gone this way. Darling, I know you tried. We never planned for this. But in all of this, let's keep going. We'll find another way.
Okay. So, quickly, let me take this next one from Nkiruka. She says, hope the man is not crippled. While the wife was studying, could he not have worked so they can get sponsorship from the workplace? Remember when I said
plan B.
something like
No,
this?
plan
So
B.
because
No plan B.
you can't just expect the woman to do everything for you.
Honestly.
that takes me to the fact that you do know that some men they have a liking to nurses. They like marrying nurses. They like getting married to
Leave
nurses.
abroad.
Exactly. With this, because of the single fact that
Anyway,
when we go abroad,
Do you know-
she will get a job.
Very lately, or very recently.
From all this, quickly, let's just say our last words, so
Okay.
that we'll just.
Yeah,
because
we're
if we
rounding
continue,
up,
yeah,
Right,
if we
okay.
continue like this,
Do you know,
we're not going to have time
right,
to.
I'm telling you, because there's a whole lot to say
Yeah.
about this. But I think in all, if you're making a decision to travel abroad, please always consider other things. And obviously seeing the situation now, they needed to, have a plan B
Yes.
in case this original plan flops, and which is what they didn't have. And it's not something that's supposed to bring problem between them,
No, it's
or one
not.
cussing out one another. And to over dependence on one person can be some sort of
Such a
pressure that is
struggle,
unbearable.
yes.
So they need to balance it out and communicate more.
Yeah,
Right.
communication, right. I was going to say that I feel there wasn't a good plan on ground. So at the end of the day, the husband also could have gotten something to do, and he didn't. But instead of being compassionate, instead of being sensitive to the wife's need, he is there apportioning blames, which is not good.
Necessary.
Your wife is pregnant. I don't know if he's one of those men that would trivialize pregnancy, that wouldn't see it as such a big deal. Pregnancy is such a big deal. Help your wives. That's just it for me.
Yes. Guys, you guys have done justice to this, and you've said a lot that I feel even me I've learned. But then again, as a woman, nobody should push you. Nobody should push you. And as a man, nobody should push you.
No.
And then try to be smart in everything that you're doing so that things will work out, especially when you are a couple. Work together. No pushing of blames. No this, no that, no this. It's not going to work. Already you're complaining. You're making her to feel less of herself. That's really bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
Very, very bad. And in this life, anything that will make you to think somebody is not worth it, then I feel you shouldn't be involved with that person. Anyways, it's the end of today's episode. We have come to the end. Like, pata, pata.
The production crew, they've been signaling us.
Like, on behalf of our production crew, which they've been amazing, and my girls in the studio. This is,
sign it out.
I'm going to say bye.
See you next time.
See you next time.